Welcome to our deep dive into the secret life of tax returns. Now, before you roll your eyes and click away, let's be real. Taxes might not be the most thrilling topic, but they're a necessary part of adulting. In this video, we'll unravel the mysteries of the tax return process, from the moment you gather those crumpled receipts to the sweet relief of seeing that refund hit your bank account. Think of it as a roller coaster ride. There are ups, downs, and maybe a few unexpected twists along the way. We'll explore everything you need to know, including common pitfalls to avoid and tips to maximize your refund. And yes, we'll sprinkle in some humor because who says taxes can't be fun? Understanding your tax return is crucial. It's not just about numbers on a page, but about your hard-earned money and how it can work for you. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's embark on this tax adventure together. By the end, you'll be ready to tackle your taxes like a pro and maybe even crack a smile while doing it. The filing process. All right, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of the filing process. First things first, you'll need to gather your essential documents. Think of it as assembling your tax superhero team. W-2s, 1099s, and any other income statements are your trusty sidekicks. Don't forget about deductions, receipts for medical expenses, charitable donations, and even that home office setup you convinced yourself was necessary during the pandemic. Now, while you're on this quest, beware of common pitfalls. One of the biggest mistakes is forgetting to double-check your social security number. Trust me, the IRS doesn't find it as funny as you might when they get a return from John Doe instead of Jane Doe. Also, don't skip the math. Calculating your refund shouldn't feel like a game of roulette. And let's be honest, tax preparation can feel like a chore, but it doesn't have to be a total snooze fest. Picture yourself as a tax detective, solving the mystery of your finances. So, grab your favorite beverage, put on some tunes, and let's make this filing process a little less daunting and a lot more entertaining. Understanding deductions and credits. Let's break down the world of deductions and credits, the dynamic duo of tax savings. While they might sound similar, they play different roles in your tax return. Deductions reduce your taxable income, which can lower the amount you owe, while credits directly reduce your tax bill dollar for dollar. Think of deductions as a warm-up act, setting the stage for the main event, credits. Now, let's talk about some common deductions that could help you keep more cash in your pocket. For instance, if you're a homeowner, mortgage interest can be a significant deduction. And if you've taken on student loans, you might be eligible for a deduction on the interest you've paid. These deductions can really add up, so don't overlook them. To maximize your tax benefits, keep track of all your eligible expenses throughout the year. Use apps or spreadsheets to organize receipts and documents, making tax season a breeze. And remember, every little bit counts. So, whether it's a deduction for medical expenses or a credit for education, make sure you're taking full advantage of what's available to you. Your future self will thank you when that refund hits your account. The review process? So, you filed your tax return. Congratulations. But what happens next? Once your return is submitted, it enters the mysterious world of the IRS review process. The IRS uses a combination of technology and human oversight to check for accuracy and compliance. If everything looks good, your return will be processed, and you'll be on your way to that sweet refund. However, if something raises a red flag, like a sudden spike in deductions or income that doesn't match up, you might find yourself on the IRS's radar for an audit. But don't panic. Audits are more common than you think, and they're not always as scary as they sound. Typically, it takes the IRS about 21 days to process your return, but during peak season, it can take longer. So, if you're anxiously waiting for your refund, just remember, good things come to those who wait. Now, let's bust some common myths about the IRS. Contrary to popular belief, they don't have a secret lair where they plot against taxpayers, nor do they send out agents in black suits to knock on your door. They're just doing their job, albeit a job that can feel a bit like a game of hide-and-seek. The refund journey. Ah, the moment we've all been waiting for, the refund journey. Once your tax return is approved, the IRS calculates your refund based on the deductions, credits, and taxes you've already paid. Factors like your filing method, the complexity of your return, and even the time of year can influence how quickly you see that money. So if you filed early, you might be sipping a celebratory drink while others are still waiting in line. When it comes to receiving your refund, you have options. The fastest way is through direct deposit, where your refund lands in your bank account like a surprise party. If you prefer the old-school method, you can opt for a paper check, but be prepared to wait a little longer for it to arrive in the mail. To track the status of your refund, the IRS offers a handy tool called Where's My Refund? Just plug in your details and you'll get real-time updates on your refund's journey. Pro tip: check it a few times a week, but don't obsess. Remember, patience is key in the world of taxes. Soon enough, you'll be celebrating that refund like it's a lottery win. Common tax myths. Let's tackle some of the most popular tax myths that can leave taxpayers scratching their heads. First up, the classic belief that filing your taxes late means you'll automatically get a penalty. While it's true that procrastination isn't rewarded, if you file for an extension, you can buy yourself some extra time without the dreaded late fee. So, no need to panic if you're not ready on April 15th. Another common misconception is that you can't deduct expenses if you're self-employed unless you have a fancy office. Spoiler alert, your kitchen table counts. Just don't let the crumbs from your lunch distract you during tax season. And let's not forget the myth that the IRS is out to get you. While they do take their job seriously, they're not lurking in the shadows waiting to pounce on unsuspecting taxpayers. They're more like that strict teacher who just wants you to follow the rules. To avoid falling for these pitfalls, it's essential to seek accurate information. Whether it's from reputable websites, tax professionals, or even this video, arming yourself with knowledge can make tax season a lot less daunting and a lot more fun. As we wrap up our journey through the secret life of tax returns, let's take a moment to recap the key points we've covered. Understanding the tax return process is crucial for every taxpayer. From gathering your documents and navigating deductions and credits to tracking your refund, being informed can save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. Remember, taxes don't have to be a dreaded chore. With the right knowledge, they can be manageable and even a little entertaining. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to take action. Hit that subscribe button and share this video with friends and family who might also benefit from a little tax wisdom. The more we share, the more we learn together. And if you're eager to dive deeper into the world of taxes, be sure to explore our related content. We have plenty of resources to help you navigate everything from tax planning to maximizing your deductions. Thanks for joining us on this tax adventure, and remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your finances. Happy filing, and may your refunds be plentiful.